MTD Daily. Today we are joined by Nigel Platt, ABB Robotics UK. Nigel, first of all, thank you for joining us. Very briefly, it's in the name I know, but what does ABB provide?
Yeah, hi Colin. Yeah, nice pleasure to be here. Yeah, ABB, Robotics and Automation Company, present in the UK 30 odd years. I head up the UK Robotics and Automation division.
Okay. Now, we recently did some videos with Matt Rollins. Very briefly, the FP300, the FP800, what can you expect from those machines?
Yeah, well, it's all about keeping your utilisation of your machine tools up, really. So high-level automation, very efficient, keeping your spindles running 24/7.
That's it, absolutely. So keeping your OE up to sort of 80+% if possible.
Yeah, well in the 80s. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Now, in terms of what's going on at the moment, obviously tricky circumstances, how has it affected you guys?
Well, you know, it's been surprisingly, from a business perspective, of course, it's a very different way of working, and it's challenged a lot of businesses around, how to keep things moving. But we've seen, quite good trends in those that were well automated, keeping running and having very adaptable production to move to new things, but working in new ways. I think there's lots and lots of things that we're trying to do to help keep businesses moving. So our Robot Studio offer us a good example.
Well, tell the people out here what the Robot Studio actually is and how you've changed what you're doing.
Yeah, robot simulation tool, so virtual robot tool really, that gives you a real robot on a PC environment. So it gives people now an opportunity. Of course, they've got all their engineers maybe working at home or in restricted volumes in the office, but it gives them a chance to continue and do that engineering offline maybe. So we've made Robot Studio a free download now. It's normally a paid service. So engineers now can not only download it and start to design, develop and program their robot systems, but we've also made quite a lot of downloadable free training online. So what a great opportunity for your engineers to sit back in their home environment maybe and self-teach how to program ABB robots, ready to hit the ground running when they get back to the workshop.
Okay, now I'm going to throw this, might be a tricky, and you don't have to be honest when answering this. Is it easy enough for someone like myself to use?
I'm honest about everything, Colin, as you know. But yeah, of course. I mean, it's quite an intuitive suite of software products, really. So there's a lot of standard cells, standard modules that you can start to work with, and the online training and the online community, in fact. So there's quite a big community of Robot Studio users that run forums and self-help groups, teaching each other, sharing experience, and even I've seen many cases where they're sharing their tooling designs and all sorts of things that help in pulling those things together. So I think it's a great opportunity now to pick it up and start using it.
So in a nutshell, I can save myself £1,000 getting this software, and by the end of lockdown, I could have my own automation cell and be an expert in running it.
You can be certainly ready to buy one from me, Colin, that's for sure. Yeah.
No problem at all. Now, next one as well, though, then, is your remote service, because you're providing a remote service opportunity at the moment as well.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's the other, our current and active customers that still want to keep their machine shops running. We've got online services, so remote service and, in fact, remote support activity in place to be able to support that. So online diagnostics and pre-warning of issues and all of those things. Again, typically a paid service. We've made it through this difficult time for a lot of business. We've given a lot of people free access to that, particularly around the critical industries now.
Okay, because I'm thinking an automotive plant, if something goes wrong there, you're going to lose millions of pounds in an hour, for example. This is a diagnostic.
Right through the supply chain, but I mean, not just in automotive, particularly important now in food and bev supply chain or pharmaceutical logistics, those types of environments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep them running and not so. We've still got a team of service engineers out on the road, actively supporting under the current, restrictions and difficulties, but we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to keep their machines running.
Okay. Now, another thing that's come up during a current position is your factory acceptance test, because I understand that's changed the dynamic somewhat, but it's actually been quite successful.
It has, and I think it will probably carry on after these current restrictions. We're doing virtual FATs, so we can continue and deliver machines that were already in build at point of lockdown, and not just machines from manufactured in my workshop in the UK, but the recent case we've got a range of standard machines, some of those you mentioned earlier, that are built in one of our regional solution centres. This one's actually in Sweden. Right. And a UK customer at point of factory acceptance test in time last week, in fact. So we did that FAT virtually. Oh. So via video link with team of engineers, both sides of the water to keep that moving, and it's been really good. And I think it makes you question, really. We spend a lot of our lives traveling around to remote locations doing stuff. I think this new way of working, I could personally see it carrying on into the new world. I don't know, we'll see.
Okay, now with that, can we mention the customer?
You can. CNC Speedwell.
Yeah, absolutely, because they've got well, how many machines have they got in terms of machine tools, not robots?
120, 130.
Wow.
Give or take. Yeah, and they've been investing in this robot automation over the last couple of years, and it's been a fantastic success story for them.
Yeah, because we've been out to do a video there with Matt Rollins from ABB and the team there, and it is a fantastic facility, and they're building up that automation all the time as they're moving forward.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic, journey together. Yeah. Developing those solutions together.
Yeah. Although the journey's not so far now, because you can do it just in front of the laptop.
No, exactly, and it went really well. I mean, normally all the machines they've bought off before, we've spent one or two people on a plane over to Sweden to buy off, and look how efficient that is now. So that machine's being packed and shipped as we speak, and will be installed over the next few weeks.
Okay, now next step on then, in terms of your automation, things like that, people are, I think automation is really key, and it's being made really obvious now in the situation we're in, where you furloughed your engineers. But what about, is it going to provide an opportunity in terms of reshoring, do you think?
No, absolutely. And I think you're going to see the face of UK manufacturing. I think the whole current situation has really given new momentum to UK manufacturing, and I think it's helped to reinforce there's no substitute for making locally. And as long as you automate well, you can flatten the competitiveness difference from lower or higher cost economies. Automation pretty much costs the same wherever you're putting it in the world. So it's a great way to level the playing field, get automation in, and bring manufacturing home.
Excellent. So despite the current situation we're in, it's brought out some great opportunities for Engineering UK and ABB. Nigel, I'm going to finish it off there. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think it's, as I say, it's a very, very serious situation out there today. But I think as long as we can support customers to keep their businesses moving, at the end of the day, we all want to come out fitter and stronger, don't we?
We most certainly do. Nigel, I'd like to say thank you very much. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed finding out a bit more about what ABB are doing. And in this time of lockdown, you can actually become, proficient in programming and have your own robot. So ready to order at the end of lockdown?
Yeah, absolutely. Download your Robot Studio, get your engineers working, and you need any support, just give us a call.
Brilliant. Nice and simple. Nigel, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed today's MTD Daily.